SHEIN is a company with high potential to grow globally. They must manage market selection, position branding, and supply chain transparency correctly, as they have faced some scrutiny in the past for high regulatory for oh my goodness. SHEIN is a company with potential to grow globally. They must manage market selection correctly, position the brand in the right way, and also provide supply chain transparency to avoid some high regulatory scrutiny that they have gotten in the past, avoid rising competition as well, and create brand trust between them and their customers. Um, a- as a new market that they should enter to grow, I would recommend Brazil, and I would recommend this through a company that is already established in Brazil and is also in the fashion industry. A company like Nike would help control compliance and localization, and help the company like Shein easily flow into the new market. This plan will focus on regulatory alignment and localized fulfillment, and will take about a 3 to 5 year timeline. The first step that we will do is analyze the industry, and to do that, we'll use Porter's five forces. The first one would be the threat of rivalry, which is pretty high, with companies like Zara, PacSun, Temu, and Nordstrom already being in the industry and being high competitors in this digital fashion industry. And an increasing price war will cause companies like Shein to be ahead of them because they have low prices. The threat of substitutes is medium, as there are many secondhand platforms already and some sustainable alternatives out there. The threat of new entrants is also medium as well, as digital brands rise is on the rise, and but logistics and brand awareness is hard to create, so it may take time for newer brands to branch into this industry. The buyer power is pretty high, as there is low switching cost, and Gen Z low price consumers make it easier for companies like Shein to balance their own prices and stay in this industry. The supplier power is pretty low, as supplier base in China is broken at the moment, and things like tariffs have caused a rip in suppliers from places like this. And the industry attractive is medium, as it is a big reputation risk to enter new markets without the proper marketing or the proper structure. It could cause industries to fail quickly, but Shein is already an established company, so it should be able to mitigate these risks. Now, one of the biggest questions is, why would we choose Brazil to start our expansion in? And it's because Brazil is one of the largest economies in Latin America. With a growing middle class and e-commerce growth, it makes it easier for a low-cost product like Shein to implement its way into the market. The high import tariffs favor local partnerships for production, and with partnering with a company like Nike, they'll be able to make these partnerships much easier to gain and much easier to implement. Brazil is a perfect fit for Shein's low cost fashion model, as there's a high demand for it, and partnering with a company like Nike would make market visibility high and reduce the risk for Shein. The way that Shein will rise over the competition is that Shein will work to differentiate itself globally by releasing exclusive Shein and Nike collections of fashion, localized design by using Brazilian fashion artists, and local culture cultural aspects in their company to help localize the product. And they'll also use AI to predict some trends and enhance digital experience for users, something that is common throughout the industry, as most other companies have been using AI to try to predict trends, which using a big company like Nike will make it more effective, as Nike has a bigger umbrella and more reach. This joint venture between Nike and Shein will be beneficial for both parties. Nike would bring instant credibility to Shein because Nike's high global reputation that it already has, and Nike already has a established manufacturing footprint in Brazil, and it would make it easier for this partnership with Shein to become real and create a new footprint for Brazil. Nike will also gain speed, digital reach, and can penetrate the Gen Z market with the SHEIN partnership, as SHEIN is already big in the Gen Z low price buying market. The joint venture would be structured so that SHEIN takes care of most of the digital platform and e-commerce operation, while Nike helps to set up the local manufacturing and logistics while maintaining compliance for both Nike and SHEIN. Both companies will take part in forming marketing campaigns and maintaining the substantiability of the partnership. Both Shein and Nike should consider setting up a global headquarters in a big country close to Brazil, maybe like Singapore, and a regional hub in Sao Paulo that will help to take care of tech, manufacturing, marketing, logistics, and design. This will help the company be established in Brazil and have a local foot for local production and local problems. They should also implement some bilingual leadership. Joint compliance and training are required to manage across cultures, as Brazil and America have many different cultures, and Shein being a product that is also in China will have to manage that culture as well. Now, as stated before, this should be looking at about a 3 to 5 year timeline to fully implement this plan. In year one, Shein should look to finalize the joint venture with Nike and launch some new Shein times Nike collections and begin integrating compliance systems with Nike. In year two, they should begin to localize production, reaching about 20% of localization, and open the regional center for fulfillment. In years 3 to 5, they should scale up production to about 40%, achieve the full ESG reporting compliance, and build labs for the Shein times Nike sustainability of the products. My final recommendation would be that Shein is a great company with enormous potential for growth. This joint venture with Nike could be great for both parties, as Nike's a brand legitimacy and already local presence would help with a company like Shein break into the market quickly. It will reduce brand risk and help maintain regulatory laws for Shein, to enhance the ESG credibility and expand brand marketing network and build brand reputation. Overall, this will be highly profitable and responsible expansion for both parties of Nike and Shein will grow greatly in a new market. Shein has been around a while, but growing with a established company like Nike that has been in this industry for a long time would help them branch off into new markets and gain that trust that is needed when new products are marketed in a new environment. Overall, I believe that Nike and Shein would work great together and should look to join in this joint venture very soon. Thank you. My name is Javon Lee, and this has been the strategy that I think will work for global expansion for Shein.